I am still so mad that Netflix decided to cancel this show. I think it is absolute perfection and. Ugh. Hello everyone, my name is Melanie and welcome to my little corner of the internet. Today I'm going to be talking about a show that was cancelled a few years ago by Netflix. I am still mourning. But this show had such a significant impact on me, I just had to talk about it because I'm still honestly so mad that Netflix decided to cancel this show. So I found TheOA whilst I was scrolling on Netflix board years ago and I thought, this looks pretty funky. This looks pretty cool. Let's give it a go. And oh my god, I do not regret a single thing about finding this show. It is such a niche show and it was buried in the depths of Netflix, but words cannot describe how much I love this show and everything about it. But I will do my best for the content. The OA was written by Brit and Zap Batman Glidge. I am so sorry, Zal. I tried looking up how to pronounce your name and I'm sorry. I did my best. They are incredible, phenomenal writers. I've watched some of Brit's previous work and let's just say the vibes match. Basic premise of the OA is that after 7 years, a girl called Prairie, she is gone missing for 7 years, and after 7 years she comes back out of the blue and she was blind and suddenly now she's not, and her parents are like, what's going on? What's happened when she's disappeared? She comes back with new abilities and recruits 5 strangers to help her on a specific mission, which I'm not going to say because it'll spoil it. The first season essentially goes through the motions of figuring out Prairie's story. She tells her story not to her parents that she's known her whole life, but to 5 random strangers that she finds around her town. And piece by piece it sort of unravels what's happening, what happened to her, how she suddenly got her sight back, all that lovely stuff. The first season builds out the premise of the world and how it works for Prairie. Now, originally, the OA was set out 5 seasons, and all 5 seasons were planned by Zal and Brit. And then, in 2019, we got Season 2. Season 2 continues where Season 1 left off, obviously, but it left on a bit of a plot twist, a little bit of a cliffhanger. So I had to wait 2 to 3 years for Season 2 to release, and I'm not even sure they announced that Season 2 was going to be happening. I just sort of looked on Netflix and I was like, oh, Season 2 of the OA! Now Season 2 delves a little bit more into sort of what Prairie was accomplishing at the end of Season 1. It's more creative in the sense that the cinematography, the style, it takes on a bit of a more mystery element throughout the season. I loved it so much more. Everything that the OA was building up to is incredible, and the way that Season 2 ends, it's a little bit meta. I'm a bit delusional in believing that even though it is cancelled, the way that they ended it sort of draws it into the real world a little bit. But I'm just delusional, so just let me live with it. It's fine. It's fine. Not only do I love this show because it's such a unique thing that I have never seen before. Like, when I tell you this show is the most unique show I've ever watched, you best believe it. And it does have its weird moments, like Season 1 had weird movements, that's all I'll say. That was part of the story, and they made it in a way that, although it was weird, it worked. And Season 2 had a giant talking octopus. Again, hear me out, but it works for the context of the series. It's no worse than, fantasy creatures. It just makes sense. But what I love most about the OA is the fact that every single detail, every single piece of set, every single character, every single even line of dialogue, everything in this show is connected. They all connect, they all piece together, and because we only got 2 seasons, I am so disappointed that I didn't get to see that play out in later seasons. But every time I rewatch it, and I've rewatched it about 4 times now, it's little things, there's an aquarium, in season 2, a little fish aquarium thing, and that connects to the first season's set design. And it's so brilliantly crafted. It is a masterpiece. The cinematography is phenomenal. When I tell you, most shots that I see in this series they're so ethereal and otherworldly. I can't begin to tell you how much this show means so much to me. Not from just like a thematic and a narrative standpoint, from someone who wants to be in the industry, to make TV, to make film. This show it's just beautifully crafted. I could get an array of synonyms to describe this show, and I'm so mad at Netflix, because this show, it was known. It wasn't a massive show like Stranger Things. No hate to Stranger Things. Love Stranger Things. It had a cult following. I'm in so many groups that, fangirl about this show and point out the little details and try and uncover. The fact that it was 5 seasons planned, I'd take anything at this point. It's not just TheOA. The Netflix, they cancel small shows. They churn out so much, get people attached, and then they take it away again. And it's really unfair to the people who crafted the show. They put so much passion, energy, devotion into that show, have it planned, and Netflix just cancel it. Not only is that devastating for the showrunners, but also the fans as well. At least with Sense8, another show that got cancelled by Netflix, they got a film out of it. What Zal Brit said was that a film would not be able to portray all of the stuff that they had planned for up to season 5. It's disappointing. It really is. And honestly, I'd take a book, I'd take a comic series, I would take anything just so I know how the story pans out. I was that into this show. Like, I need to know how it all connects together at the end. Can you tell that I'm a bit pressed about the fact that this show is cancelled? Like I said before, the cinematography is absolutely stunning. It has this sort of spacey, universal theme kind of going towards it. The soundtrack, there's heavy themes of violin across the story, so they obviously incorporated that into the soundtrack, which is absolutely beautiful. Guys, I love this series so much. Please, just go watch it and then go tell Netflix to renew it. I want it to be picked up by, another broadcaster. There's not much to go on. Like I said before, I was a bit delusional because when they didn't say anything for about a year, all of the fans were like, oh, well, with the way it ended, maybe they're bringing sort of a meta thing into it. Like, now it's in our world, they would, be working on it for the next 2 years like they did before. It's 2023. 2019 was the last season. It's been 3 years and nothing's really been said about it. Brit has been posting little snippets on her Instagram that everyone thought was sort of an indication that it might be coming back. They're very cryptic, those two. So I'm deep down inside, I'm still holding out hope that we will get something. They know how dedicated the fan base is, so I don't think they'd just sort of leave it as a... Well, I hope they wouldn't just leave it. I don't know. I just want to stay hopeful, really. So you're probably thinking, why was it cancelled? It had viewers. Great show. I guess because it wasn't getting enough viewership that Netflix wanted. I'm not really sure how the algorithm works, but my basis is that if there's not enough viewership on certain series, then they get cancelled. It could be viewership, it could be the fact that there were different indifferences on Netflix wanting to fund it for 5 seasons. I'm not sure. I guess I'll never know unless Zal or Brit say something about it. But genuinely, TheOA is one of the most incredible shows I've ever watched, and in fact, after recording this video, I am probably gonna go rewatch it again. It's been a while. If Zal and Brit happen to be watching this very obscure little video, I just want to say thank you for creating a masterpiece of a show. I have never felt more connected to something in my life. It deals heavily on supernatural elements, I'll say. At the end of the day, it's an incredible show. I admire every piece of art that it creates. I just hope, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe next year they will come out of the blue and say, guys, you got pranked. Release a new season, or, you know, we will see. It's fine. It's not like I cry about it. It's okay. If you haven't watched TheOA, I heavily suggest that you do. It's so... I know I'm repeating myself, but wow. Anyway, if you did enjoy listening to me ramble about a cancelled Netflix show, then please do subscribe to my channel. You'll be helping me out. You'll be supporting me. Also, if you haven't already, please follow my Instagram at 532arenda. I'm going to Sound City this week, so I'll be posting a lot about that. It's going to be very, very exciting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like I said, if you did enjoy, please do leave a like, comment if you've seen TheOA, or actually comment as well any sort of series you'd like me to see or you recommend, because I am always up for new shows. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.